What's going on, people? Happy Saturday. You know what it is. Tuning in from North London. Definitely drop a like and subscribe to be a part of the NLG fam. What a great middle of the week it was, beating Topspur, the team down the road, getting a light win over them, 2-1. We love to see it. What do you think of Tottenham? You lot fill in the blanks. But today we're facing a better team, Aston Villa. It's going to be a tough game. We know Unai Emery has a number on Arteta, obviously one of our former managers, and it's going to be a tough test. We don't have a striker. They very much so do have strikers on form. Duran, who we'd love to have at Arsenal. But let's talk about it today. We're going to get into lineups, we're going to get into injury news, we're going to get into the whole lot. So let's get into it. So let's take a look firstly at Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Let's look at the game holistically. Well, Arsenal, let's look at our record. So having a look here, Arsenal have won 4 out of the last 5, despite the recent losses we took in the cup competitions. And looking at Aston Villa's record, they've won 3 out of the last 5, drawing 1 and losing 1. And when we take a look at this and take a look at their fixtures, obviously they beat West Ham, they beat Everton. They've had a pretty decent record. They drew to Brighton, which is a solid team, and they were beaten by Nottingham Forest. So to be fair, they came up against tough sides in the games they lost. However, I think they will give us a run for their money. At the Emirates, we tend to concede goals. We did against Tottenham, a very foolish and cheap goal. And I think we're really going to have to, we don't have much choice in terms of lineups. This is the thing. But we were really going to have to cut out the silly mistakes. Nobody was marking Son on his goal, where they literally only had 2 shots, Tottenham, and one of them was converted. Now, if we really mess up and don't take this game seriously, they will capitalize. As we see, Watkins scored in their last match against Everton. And obviously, they've got Duran on the bench, who's an absolute baller. Honestly, what we would do to have a 9 like him. Obviously, Arsenal transfer rumors are floating about, but let's keep it a buck. Will we sign anybody? And if we sign somebody, would it be Tesco value or Tesco finest? Because Arsenal love doing stopgap treatment. So let's have a look at that. That's all right. We'll dead that. Now, Unai Emery, I want to speak about this. Arteta can't seem to beat this guy. I know we did beat them earlier on in the season. I think that was a 2-0 at the Emirates. However, though, let's keep it real. Aston Villa stopped us from winning the league last year. And I'm still not over that. So Arsenal really need to force the issue today and make sure we're sticking it on Villa. We have to. I think we're going to have to finish our chances. I don't think we'll get the same luck we did against Tottenham. Tottenham and Ange have a very stubborn and naive way of playing football, which plays into Arsenal's hands. That's why I think we play better in the Champions League. They play such a high line that allows us to get in behind. Now, albeit, yes, we scored our goal from a set piece, and then Trossard from open play. But I think we were allowed the ball in areas that Aston Villa will not afford us. They defend as a unit. Tyrone Mings will be on job today. He's gonna make sure not much gets past him. And they have a solid squad. Konza as well. And then you've got Cash and Digne on the flanks. So I think we're really, really going to have to be on job if we're going to break down this team. And that whole death by 1,000 passes stuff, well, it's not going to work. So honestly, Havertz needs to find form from somewhere. I don't know where, but we're really going to need some sort of goal scoring ability today, because otherwise I just don't know. Let's talk about injury news, because supposedly Saliba is out. Now, I don't know what the exact injury is, but it's super concerning, because then what do we do in defense? Saliba supposedly came off injured at the end of the last game, and we're clearly going to need a backup. I don't know if we play Kivior there or what, but it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good at all. So what do we do at centre-back? Do you play Kivior? I just don't know. But I think that's a massive loss if we've lost Saliba for today. But we need to back him up and do our thing. Look, I don't even have too much to go on about. Arsenal are in a sticky spot. We've closed the gap on Liverpool, all right, slightly. Some might say that's 4 points. I call that 7. Like I'm not here to sugarcoat things. Yes, that game against Everton for Liverpool got pushed back, but let's call that 7 points. And we are still, even at this stage, we're not far from the ops. Forest are breathing down our necks. Newcastle aren't too far. So we really need to step up the pace. And we need to capitalize on every single win. Liverpool face Brighton, I think, or Brentford, sorry. Liverpool face Brentford today at 3 p.m. That's going to be a tough game. We need to make sure we are picking up points. We're at home. I hope the crowd are anywhere near as loud as we were against Spurs. And we need to just give them a run for their money. Now, let's do lineup builder. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go through it live. Keeper, David Raya, standard. We know the vibe. Arteta has full faith in him. Wanted him before Ramsdale, and that's who we're going with. Timber, who I think had a pretty good game, actually, against Tottenham. Son didn't really have anything on him, to be honest, in that match. Saliba is out. So it looks like we're going to have to go with the Kiwi, Kivior, at right centre back. That really concerns me, honestly. That just it concerns me quite a bit. I just don't like. Let me know in the comments what you would do with that. Like Calafiori, when we check, Calafiori is a doubt. If Calafiori's fit, I would go Calafiori there. Let me just, because we still haven't, have we even seen Calafiori at centre back yet? Because I'm not going to lie, that's defo his position, because I don't trust him as a left back. Left back, Lewis Skelly. What a guy. What a player. He is genuinely one of our own. Like, what do you know about MLS? Yeah, we're not chatting about that Major League Soccer nonsense. MLS Miles Lewis Skelly. What an absolute baller. Love the guy. And will he end up moving to centre mid at some point next season? Let me know. Obviously, centre mid is his natural position. Thomas Partey, clutch. He's been one of our best players this season. Was critical in the goal Trossard scored because he won the ball off Basuma. Martin Odegaard. I think he's having a bit of a tough spell. As we always know, he works hard. He does his thing on the pitch. But we're going to need him to start taking the reins and also to start getting some shot power from somewhere, bro. Because this guy's shot power is in the minus. This guy, I don't know if it's the ankle injury playing, but to be fair, no, he's always had weak shots. He reminds me of Ozil in that regard. Declan Rice, set piece maestro, the engine, just doing the box to box. He's doing a madness. Rice in at the left 8. Don't want to see Marino. Now, what do we do here? We don't have a choice out, right? Raheem Sterling. And my word, we need to see better from you. You don't look like a player who's even won titles, bro. And if he's going to continue like this, what's the date today? The 18th of Jan? There's still time to send him back to Chelsea. Honestly, I'd bell up Enzo Maresca and say, look, whether you like it or yes, Sterling's coming back. Hop in a cab, drive to Stamford Bridge, sit on bench. Because unless he's willing to help us and put in the work, then I don't know where I've gone. At the moment, he's running around like Velma on the pitch. So I don't know. Kai Havertz, confidence shocked to pieces. There's never an excuse for any kind of abuse to Havertz or his wife. I think that was absolutely just disgusting from those so-called fans. But Havertz goes up top. We need you to really give trouble to Mings and Konza. They're solid centre-backs. But you need to trouble them. At the very least, if you're not going to score goals, you need to cause trouble to the extent the wingers can get in behind. And lastly, Matty Cash. I feel like Matty Cash would just body Trossard and Konza if he gets too close. I might go Martinelli for this game. No, Trossard, the way he dropped Pedro Porro, yeah, he made him look like he was breakdancing. So Trossard gets in the team just on the basis of that. And yeah, this is the squad builder, people. This is what I'm going with. Let me know your thoughts. Raya in goal. Timber, Calafiori, Gabriel, and Lewis Skelly back four, if Calafiori's fit. Partey at CDM. The 2 8s, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. Havertz up top. Sterling needs to stop running like Velma and pass the ball. And Trossard, if he can drop Matty Cash like he dropped Porro, it's another 9 out of 10. And as for my match prediction, I'm going to go, it's going to be a friggin' tough game. I feel like we could lose this. I feel like we could lose, but I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Let's get it. I'll be doing a match reaction after the game. So definitely like and subscribe to be a part of the NLG fam. And yeah, people, enjoy the rest of your day until the game. And hopefully we win in a bit.